Guys, Marshmallow here, back with another Clash mini video, and today Corbin in the comments, I see you, he asked me to make a Archer Queen deck. Now, this is a very good deck. It's got me on about a 6 win streak, and as you can see, I'm 897, so I'm getting higher up in the world ranking. The only downside to me showcasing this deck today is my Archer Queen is only level 2, and because I'm in gold, most heroes that you see will be level 5, so I am severely disadvantaged. Now, here is the deck, and I'll quickly explain it, then I'll do gameplay and explain it more whilst we're playing. So, we've got the Archer Queen. The Archer Queen is a hero that's recently been buffed. I believe it was her hit speed got buffed. And the thing with the Archer Queen is you want to protect her until her ability pops off. Because what her ability is, and I can show you right now, is with her super, she gets a speed increase and she can attack 3 enemies at the same time. So basically, if she survives long enough to do that, then you're going to be doing a lot of area damage. Now, we also have the Bowler. The Bowler recently got fixed. If you did not know, the Bowler mini, when he's spawned, he has a clash ability, which means just at the beginning of the match, he rolls a giant rock that goes through every enemy on that column, damages them, and stuns them, and knocks them back. So this is great. And it's like the Spear Goblin, but it hits multiple, but for a bit less damage. And the reason it's good is because it pushes enemies closer together. So it might push their tanks next to their rangers, and that combos with the Valkyrie very nicely, because it means that she can hit both the tanks and the ranged units, and it means that your tanks are putting in more work in terms of area damage. This deck is very good at taking on multiple foes at once. But what was broken about the Bowler was this ability here, called On a Roll. This ability called Strike, which is the one where the Clash ability here, this becomes a super ability. So not only does he roll a rock as soon as he spawns, but if he lands enough hits, he can do it again, and he can keep doing it. And obviously that's good. It disrupts, it can stop abilities, the stun, the knockback. It's just really good at disrupting your opponent's formation and preventing them from using their abilities. We also run the Valkyrie, which I did slightly mention. Works really well with the Bowler because you can push enemies backwards so they're more bunched up, so she can take on multiple at a time. But also, she is pretty tanky. So if we go over here, she has 8 health, which is more than the Archer Queen, I believe. Yeah, Archer Queen has 6, Countess has 9, Barbarian King has a lot more. But as you saw with the Countess and Archer Queen, she's got similar health to heroes, and there we go, pretty similar to the low-cost tanky units. So she is a bit of a tank. She does cost 3, but I think every unit in this deck costs 3, because you get 6 elixir every turn or every game, and the thing is, it's kind of hard to mix in 4s and 2s if the majority of your deck is 3. So you want to keep your elixir all at 3 so you can get 2 cards placed down every turn. And her upgrade means that hitting enemies increases the attack speed, which means she just spins around like a cyclone that devastates multiple enemies. Then we are running the Healing Ranger. The Healing Ranger is a 3 cost again, ranged unit that has only 1 damage and 6 health. Doesn't sound the greatest, and for a 3 cost that's not amazing at all. But she has a super when she does so much damage that she throws a magic spear at the farthest away ally, healing them for 4 health and anyone else who's in that pathway of the spear. Then you can buff it by +2, and then you can make it, I think, a 3 block wide throw, which means it's probably going to hit multiple units and heal them all by 6 health each, which allows units like your Valkyrie and Bowler to stay in the fight for longer, as they're probably the ones that are going to be staying up front the most. Now, also we've got Skeleton Giant. Skeleton Giant is a good early game unit. He can take the hit, and he does area damage once again for quite a bit, and he can really whittle down the tanks. Usually when your Skeleton Giant dies, it means that the enemies are going to start advancing on your Archer Queen. So as they're all moving forward, they're going to take a big explosion. A lot of them are going to take damage, making them all weaker, so Archer Queen can fire lots of arrows at them and hopefully take them out before you lose. And then finally, the Mini P.E.K.K.A. is just a 3-cost. To be honest, this could be most 3-costs. It could be Dark Goblin. It could even be Lumberjack. Lumberjack's not a bad option, but I just like the high damage of Mini P.E.K.K.A. I've not played much Mini P.E.K.K.A, but he has a chance of doubling his damage. Basically just the P.E.K.K.A, but smaller, i.e. the name Mini P.E.K.K.A. So, let's take this into a match. We are in Gold League, so we have the Mirror Arena now. I wouldn't really mirror many of these units. I'd say the only ones that you want to consider mirroring are the Skeleton Giants, so you get 2 Death Bombs and 2 40% health tanks, or the Bowler. If you play it right as well, depending on where the mirror zone is placed, the ranged healer might heal them past their 40% health mark, so that is very, very good. Okay, so our first matchup is against a Barbarian King. So we are going to go for a Skeleton Giant and a Mini P.E.K.K.A. Usually I would have gone for ranged healer, but because it's Barbarian King, and because he's such a devastating force in those close quarter combat situations, I thought, let's get more close quarter combatants to hopefully take them out. Now, as you can see, the Miner is putting in work here for him, which is not good. However, the Skeleton Giant, not in time, the Magic Archer killed my queen. But it's fair enough, we still beat the Barbarian King, even though he got a Miner on my Archer Queen instantly, and my Archer Queen's only level 2. By the way, guys, before we get into this next match against Countess, which now seems to be the new meta, let me know if there's any more heroes or minis that you want to see being played, like the past 2 videos, because they were both ones requested from me. So, sure, if you want a mini, if you want a hero, just put it in the comments. I'll play around with them a bit, get a good win streak with them, and formulate a deck to then make a video on. Oh my god, this Valkyrie is hitting 3 units per swing. Now, like I said, the Countess does seem to be the most used hero right now, as the Shield Maiden did get a slight nerf, and every other hero got a slight buff. But the Countess's buffs were unmatched and make them really great. Doesn't matter though, Archer Queen, Ranged Healer, and Mini P.E.K.K.A were alive to take them down. Now, we have got 2 wins, so even if we lose this one against Abby, we still progress out of the group stage. So right here, we're going to upgrade the bomb and the ranged healer. It doesn't matter too much, I don't think. Obviously, it's just upgrades. The upgrades are nice. You won't find yourself rotating the this shop box much each round. I'd just say try and get Skeleton Giant quite early on. Okay, so our Valkyrie's getting double hits already. They got the Miner again, which is not good. I'm not sure if this one... Oh no, Archer Queen did take out the Miner. I think this one is winnable. By far. I'm sorry, I really respect Barbarian King plays because I personally don't like Barbarian King that much. I've not played him enough, but I find him quite weak, so I really respect people who play them. So I'm going into next round against an Archer Queen, and a Monk joined the roster of Final Fighters 2. So this should be a pretty close mirror match, as I expect the decks to be very similar. Okay, so now we've got the Bowler, and I'm actually going to upgrade him straight away. I actually forgot I didn't have the Bowler on the field yet. I should have probably rotated last round. But it looks like this guy, at least last round, puts 2 things on that far column. Hopefully he doesn't swap. Nice, he didn't, so we're going to get that double stun, double roll. Now his Archer Queen is double the level of mine, which is not nice, but his units are just dead. That was amazing. So as you can see, this deck is very good at area lockdown. Just everyone pretty much besides Mini P.E.K.K.A can deal with multiple units, and the ranged healer technically can't, but it heals multiple units. That's why I've got it. And yeah, because of this, you can just take out a lot of units at once, which is great. As you can see, obviously, you take out everyone before any of them really get a solid chance to do anything. You can whittle them down so much that they die before they get abilities off, which is really what you want to be getting. You don't want them to be performing abilities. Okay, so we got a Valkyrie hitting 2 units. It's the Monk. The Monk did get an increase to how fast he can do that move, so he did kill Skeleton Giant, but that is fine. This looks like a win. Well, that bomb was devastating, but here we go. That's a championship in the bag. As you can see, this deck is amazing. I am a level 2 Archer Queen. Keep that in mind. My hero is only level 2. You saw that she stayed alive a lot. You saw that she was in battle a lot, and she did a lot of work, even at level 2. So if you're getting higher up in the game and you want to change your deck, but you're not so sure about who to pick, Archer Queen is still very strong, if only at level 1 to 2. Level 3, you should be alright with heroes, that's about right. 4 and 5, I would argue maybe over-leveled, probably about right though now. But here is the deck. Very good. Again, you want to focus on your area damage. The first units you probably want to be placing are your Skeleton Giant and your Valkyrie. You want the tanks. And then after that, probably the Bowler, because he does have, I believe, a base damage of 2. Which means Shield Maiden, yes, does reflect 1 damage back to him. But if you're going to go into a tournament against Shield Maiden, or if you're in a duel match against Shield Maiden, you want to get that Bowler out, because he's still able to damage her when she's shielded, which is a very important when you're fighting Shield Maiden. You don't want to be doing nothing when she's shielded. So taking the Bowler, that is also why I'm running Mini P.E.K.K.A, because Mini P.E.K.K.A has a base damage of 2, but then has a small chance to deal double damage of 4, which will do 1 or 3 damage to the Shield Maiden per hit. So again, they're both to counter that, as even though they got nerfed, it's a very strong hero still. And you don't want, even if a hero's not strong, you want cards in your deck to counter them, because you can't just ignore every player in the game. This deck is really good against most heroes and most minis. A couple units to look out for are the Miner, although as you saw, I had the Miner used a lot on me, and I was still able to take it out. And the Electro Wizard can be quite devastating if he's level 1 and gets the 4 target zap, but I have beaten him like a player using that unit. So it's not impossible, just watch out for those units, and the Magic Archer can be a bit of a pain too. But here's the deck. Hope you enjoyed. Again, if you have any suggestions that you want to see, let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great time using this deck. Goodbye.